Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your co-host, Kearney McKeegan. With me today on the Fit Down are my boys from the Fit Down, Nolan Chang, Jared Shirai. Say what's up to the pod, boys.
Okay. All right. Is this new?
This is new. I brought this for the new episode with the two boys. You know what I mean? So the Fit Down has a brand new theme song. Starting from here on out, we're going to be playing this one to start off this banger of a podcast. But we are here to talk about our fantasy mock draft. So we are here with the half PPR Superflex with the boys, and we thought we'd bring it back with a bang by bringing back all three members of this podcast, as well as get this brand new theme in there. So, boys, before we do anything, we have to give a shout out to our partners over at W Energy. Fantastic tasting energy, all of the energy you need to get through your day. You head on over to w.gg or use the W Energy app in our promo code, which is POI and Soy. That's POINSOY for 10% off your order. Boys, let's talk some NFL fantasy football.
Talk, man. He was going hard in the paint.
Right.
I like it. That's a banger. That's a banger.
AI be kind of crazy now. I'm just saying.
Well, since Nolan didn't get to dance at the wedding, he got to dance on the podcast.
You right.
Oh, yeah.
Had to let it out.
Yeah.
Let my freak fly a little bit.
You're damn right. So let's bring up the the Sleeper app for us here. Same as we did last week. We're going to kind of use Sleeper to do our mock draft for the boys here. And like I said, this is a half PPR Superflex draft. We all have our draft positions, right? Correct? Yep. I'm here at pick 3. Nolan will be at pick 7. And Jared will be rounding us out at pick 10. Let's get to this mock draft and see how things play out. Because, we have not done one of these on here yet. So hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. So let's start it off. All right. Yeah. Okay. To start off the rip, not too shabby. I mean, I'm at pick 3, so not a lot happened yet. You know what I mean? So, but we did get Bijan Robinson and Josh Allen straight off the rip for the Superflex mock draft. And I'm just going to take the one guy that I feel has very high upside this year, could possibly be QB1. Not going to overthink it too much. And I'm going to grab Drake May here at pick 3 in this draft. Not even going to use the whole 90 seconds because we don't even need all that time to do all that thing. So here we go.
I mean,
wow. Yeah. So 4, 5, and 6 were Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jaden Daniels. Now, Nolan, you're at pick 7. Who are you going to take here?
it's kind of prophetic, you know what I mean? Because we've talked about when I have my real life pick 4, considering the teams that already have their keepers.
Yeah.
This guy's most likely going to be my pick if he's available at the 4th pick. In this mock draft at 7, I am going to be taking Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
Love that one. Puka Nacua.
I mean, between me and Jared, we got
you already know.
and Joe Burrow.
You already know who I'm taking, dog. You already know who I'm taking, dog. It always happens. I'm going to take my boy, Christian.
For those who don't know,
McCaffrey.
CMC is Jared's
That's my
keeper
go-to keeper for this season, and it's been my man that's got me to 2 championships. I'm going to take my dude,
That's true.
Christian McCaffrey.
I'm glad we at least split up his duo.
I know, Josh Allen and CMC.
Yeah. Josh Allen went off the board already.
Can you imagine if I had him on the cover round?
Somehow, if you get the 2 of them together, that's how things always go awry. So,
that would have been wild.
Christian McCaffrey, Jared, is kind of like more human as opposed to superhuman Jared than Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick him, Jared?
Yeah, you gonna make your pick
No,
or
I
what?
said Christian McCaffrey.
Well, you gotta click him.
We gotta pick him.
Wait, can you click it for me? Because I think something happened with the app. I don't know why it's not going.
I don't think I actually can.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world because he's
it's gonna auto. I think it's gonna auto grab you, Christian McCaffrey.
It's going to
anyway.
auto pick him, right? Okay, here.
Yeah.
Here you go. I got you.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
All right, and then coming back around to Jared, Lamar Jackson off the board, St. Brown, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, and back to Jared.
I mean, I'm going to skip over it. I mean, Caleb had a really good year last year, but I can't deny CeeDee Lamb. I think that's just such a good pick for me here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my CD Lamb.
That was not a bad pick.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to get a QB for this round, but given it is Superflex, Caleb Williams fallen to me in this one. My second choice actually was going to be Kenneth Walker if Caleb got picked, because I was assuming JJ was going to be taken right before that. So,
wow, Walker keeps going early in these mocks. That's kind of crazy. I was like,
I mean, no
I
Pat
think his stock is
Mahomes, you
going
know?
up. Well, now they have Pat Mahomes, apparently.
I don't think it's going to be like 100%.
yeah, semi-mobile Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
what I
Which
mean.
means he's
That's
going to hand
why.
it off or dump it off to him.
That's exactly why.
exactly.
That's exactly why.
But yeah, I'm going to pair up Puka with Caleb Williams. All right,
Dang.
back to Keone.
That was
It
kind of
is
who I wanted
Achane,
right there.
Drake
McBride.
London, Ashton Genty, and now it's Keone.
You know, I do know that it is sort of a super flex kind of thing to go back-to-back QBs.
Mhm.
I am not one of those, even in like a normal super flex, because I know ours is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the keeper situation. We have like that kind of stuff. I'm not about the back-to-backs. You know what I mean? I'm okay taking value with a QB somewhere in the later rounds, whether it's like the 4th through 8th rounds.
I mean, and they
just
got your big
depending on
dog
who
QB
falls.
already, so.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm actually going to go a little bit different and going to go towards a skill position here. Looking at some of the players that are here and available, one of the guys that stands out to me the most, he's the highest running back available, and he's also a guy that I have very high on my sort of tier rankings, and that's Omarion Hampton. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Omarion Hampton right here with the whatever pick this is.
Second pick.
Your second pick.
I was trying to think of like the
the
number
actual number.
itself. Yeah.
All right, coming back around. Jackson Dart is off the board. Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride, Malik Neighbors, and now it's Keone again.
Like I kind of always point to, you know, you play the board the way the board is being played for you. A lot of guys that I was kind of hoping might make their way to this turn, you know, sans the sort of Nico Collinses of the world, didn't end up falling to me. So I'm actually going to go back-to-back running back here, and I'm going to grab somebody who's I think has sort of a safer floor this year and is somebody that I think will actually come back to form, and that's Saquon Barkley here with my 3rd overall pick. Yeah, so I'm going to grab him right here.
What, Nolan? You wanted him?
Wow, and to follow my picks, there's Justin Herbert, George Pickens, Patrick Mahomes, and now we're to Nolan.
You know what? I'm gonna flirt with some danger on this one. I don't think that this is necessarily. Oh, I mean, realistically, this is not going to be how my actual draft goes because I have a QB as a keeper. But I am going to stack the 2 QBs right now in the first 3 rounds. Jalen Hurts is very promising, but I have a lot of faith in what the Jacksonville offense is going to look like this year. A lot of weapons, a lot of pieces. I think they're a dark horse out there. I'm going Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know about
That is
that
not
one.
where I thought you were going.
I don't know on that one. This guy
like the
always
bull
wanted
pick.
to talk about Trevor Lawrence after I vouch for him every week. Every week he's like, I hate Trevor Lawrence. Like,
Hey,
don't
I had
pick
him for a
don't
season
do
and he
this.
sucked.
Yeah, but I never gave up hope on him. I'm a
Going
real
back
one.
to Jared, Jalen Hurts was taken, Chase Brown was taken, and now Jared's up.
I mean, I gotta take the next best person. I think there's no other better quarterback in Denver. There's nobody to take his place. He's shown a lot of promise. Maybe not the promise that we wanted him to show in season 2, but you gotta go with Bo Nix right here. You can't go against this. I need a quarterback in this round too. You guys all know, like I like to pick. I like to pick my starting lineup first, and if I don't pick him here, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be gone after this. So I'm gonna take Bo Nix.
I thought you were going to take Purdy. But
Nah,
I thought you were going to take Brock Purdy too.
Well, you know why I didn't want to take Brock Purdy too is because I didn't want to stack. Remember how we talked about like stacking teams and things like that too? And because on bye weeks, I really got killed on bye weeks
that's
last
true.
week.
You're gonna be handicapped as hell.
I got really killed on bye weeks last week because I had that. And then I gotta take the next best. I mean, hands down, you already know what it is.
Brock Purdy was
Bauer.
taken, Nico
Yep.
was taken, Josh Jacobs and Bucky Irving. Now back to Jared.
And like I said, I like to take my starting lineup, and this guy has been phenomenal. He's been sure-handed. He's been target of all targets.
That's a nice stack.
Exactly.
Solid 4
Man,
picks.
nice
I'm
solid
not gonna
4
lie.
picks. I got Brock Bowers at my 4th pick here.
Damn.
Can I have this team, like, just for real? Yeah.
For real, though, yeah.
Like for real.
Also, wow, Fernando is
High, yeah. I don't know
Wow.
why he's
Yeah.
all the way up here,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
think you guys should take Paiva.
That was just released. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the point where just given that what my first 3 picks were, I'm probably gonna go running back right now.
It's your boy, bro.
You know, there's 2 right now that I'm eyeing.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry seems like the one that you know it's gonna be volume based.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have that great of a season last year,
No.
but
Saquon
this
Barkley,
guy actually
big
showed up
months.
last season.
Oh, he's gonna
He
do
got
it.
a new contract.
He's gonna do it.
I'm going Brees Hall.
That was a pick right there.
AJ
That
Brown.
was definitely one.
AJ Brown, Dak Prescott, and Tet are now off the board.
No.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna be super mad about having to go this direction because you know I was really hoping to get one of these guys that did get taken before me, the Olaves, the AJ Browns, the Tetaroya McMillans. Was hoping one of those 3 was going to end up falling to me, and I'm going to just pivot because you're not going to skip past somebody like Derrick Henry and not take him.
Yep.
Facts.
Even though now you're going to have this running back stack. I do have 2 flex positions in this draft, and then of course we have a super flex spot as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the best player available, and that's Derrick Henry. So, bingo, bango.
No, the best player available is Fernando Mendoza.
You got a point there. Kyron is off the board. Jalen Waddle, Fernando Mendoza, Luther Burden. Now back to Kuhn.
Yeah, so we're
Now
to
he's
that
taking
point
him.
where, I think I could go sort of the direction that I want to go, which is to grab a wide receiver. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab a wide receiver.
You might be onto something there.
I think you
Yeah,
should take a
because
wide
honestly,
receiver.
there was a second or two where I kind of debated whether or not this was going to be the wide receiver. I know that if I'm looking down sort of the rankings here, there's another player or 2 that I could probably take a swing. You know what? I'm going to follow my gut here, and I'm going to take a swing that I probably will regret at some point
No.
during this draft.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and grab my tight end 1 in Colson Loveland right here.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Derek,
I think that's a great pick. I was looking at that.
how are you 4 spots away from me still taking one?
Hey, you already know. We don't.
I thought about it. I thought about it, but then I was like, you know,
You're fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
yeah.
This is the tough one now.
Where do you go with this,
I
Melvin?
didn't follow my gut yesterday. I went with the safer, or the last time
You're
we
right.
drafted
You're right.
here. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna hold you to that. I'm kind of free range for who I'm gonna pick right now. I'm obviously I'm not gonna go try and squeeze out a tight end somewhere right now in this pick.
Yeah, way too low.
Garrett Wilson's a promising choice right now, but we also don't know what that QB situation is going to be like. Geno Smith obviously is hoping to redeem himself from last year's catastrophe, or it could be Cade Klubnik. We don't know how that's going to turn out either, if he's going to end up being the starter by the end of the season. I don't really want to take Devontae, Travis Etienne. I did that last draft. I think just for the purposes of being a little fresh, I'm not going to pick him this time. So it's got to be a wide receiver. But you know what? I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to reach down a little bit and take Loud McConkey.
Ooh.
We've been talking about this Chargers offense. I had to stick to my guns a little bit on this one.
I like Lad a lot. So
Garrett
I agree
Wilson
wholeheartedly
and
with that
Jameson
pick.
Williams are now off the board. Jared's up.
I'm gonna be a little petty right now.
What's new?
He's not gonna grab Emeka. Is that what it
I'm
is,
not
or you
gonna
are
grab
gonna?
Emeka. I'm gonna be a little petty because I know how well this guy worked out last year. For the players, the people who had him in their leagues, he was sure-handed. He was a big part of the offense. He was the rookie breakout, and I'm gonna go and get Tyler Warren. I'm really gonna go and get Tyler Warren because I wanna take him off the board and force you guys to like reach for other tight ends there, and that's
See, it's
that's
funny
why I'm
too,
doing
because
that.
I
Playing
was
a
like-
little defensive. All right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jared is a Jared is always a wild card when it comes to drafting. So specifically, what I really like about you too is that not only do you make the draft interesting, but you're also like that. How you just were
An
kind of petty
a-hole?
and picky. Yeah. No, but I do like that because it does make it like more difficult to draft around him.
No,
So
you're right, you're
I'm
right.
glad I'm not near Jared this year in the
Zay
draft.
Flowers,
Dang,
Devontae
why
Adams,
not?
Travis Etienne, Devontae Smith are now off the board. Jared's up again.
Okay, and this is where I'm going to get the biggest hate. Okay? The biggest hate. But I'd be lying if, like, how I went with Trevor Lawrence for all those years. And I backed this big dog.
Little
We backed me. Nah, we ain't going shaking big, dog.
Oh.
We're going for the Shuck.
Ooh.
I'm
my
going to take Shuck at my
Oh, I hate you
number.
even more.
This
Damn.
is
I'm telling you,
insane.
dog. I'm going to shake it up a little. I got to figure out what I'm going to
Damn.
do since I don't have a first-round draft pick.
You're shaking it up a lot.
Hey,
Damn.
I you know me, I like to reach too when it comes to the way we draft. So like I think he's gonna have
You
a good
shook
season.
it up a lot, so does that mean you're gonna grab Jalen? Jalen Waddle. Sorry.
Good try though. Good try though.
Let's see. I think just the way that this draft is playing for me, especially with now that I'm like the middle pick for this mock,
Mm-hmm.
I do have to just kind of be a little bit more intentional with each pick that I'm taking. I think I'm going to square it up. 2 QBs, 2 wide receivers already. I got to go for a running back. I'm going to stretch down a little bit and not a little afraid of any sort of team stack. I did it last mock draft. I'm going to go with Basil Tootin.
Oh,
Good
I
pick.
like
Great
that
pick. I love that pick.
damn it.
I love that pick.
Yeah, that was a good
That's
pick.
a really good pick.
Travion Henderson, Terry McLaurin, Baker Mayfield are now off the board. Keone's up.
Yeah, since I'm already sort of committed to this hero RB approach,
You're not
typically,
gonna get any wide receivers.
yeah, no, I was like, typically I would kind of grab somebody that I feel like has high upside right here. And from an RB standpoint, I think there's somebody that I can maybe wait on and then kind of grab my first wide receiver at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So for my wide receiver 1, I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the rookie, Carnell Tate, out of Tennessee. Talking a lot about him.
God.
I'm going to avoid the senioritis of grabbing guys like Mike Evans.
Yeah,
enough.
I agree.
Mike
I agree.
Evans, Cam Scatterbo, Jared Goff, DeAndre Swift now off the board, and Keone's up again.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this one, but since this is sort of a two flex league, and we do have the Superflex as well, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just keep stacking up on the position that I already have a lot of in running back and grab Quinshon Judkins because I want that workhorse back right there.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yep. Just gonna keep it going, keep that stack going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Right after me, we did have DJ Moore, then Christian Watson, and then Harold Fannin over to Nolan.
I mean, I'm at that point where I think I'm definitely going more upside than floor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what floor RJ Harvey's going to have. He's the number 1 off the board, or that can be taken off the board right now. Not really interested in David Montgomery. I'm not really I believe in his opportunity. I'm not necessarily a believer in him full-time. Jalen Warren, solid. Roma Dunze, I think it's going to be the Luther Burden show. You know what? This is the one. Yeah, this is the one where I'm just gonna squeeze out the tight end now, just because I don't like the top 10 picks in general, or they don't apply to what I have. So I'm gonna go. I'm getting Tucker Kraft again, same as last mock draft.
That's good. I like Tucker Kraft.
Hey, that was my dude last year.
I was gonna take Fannin, but then Team 6 took it right before me, of course.
Oh.
I mean, Tucker Kraft, that was my dude. I'm just saying.
RJ Harvey was taken. Jalen Warren was taken. Now it's Jared.
I'm going to be honest. I don't have a lot of faith in CJ Stroud.
What?
And so I think it's going to be a David Montgomery show. It's going to be a I think it's going to be a 70-30. Like they're not going to use him all the downs, but 70-30. So I'm thinking that he's going to get a lot of touches. He's going to get a lot for me.
I agree with that one.
That I think that because we've talked about CJ, that it's been so tough that David Montgomery left for a reason. So he's going to be that guy to be there for a reason. And I'm going to take David Montgomery.
Dang nabbit. I like that pick.
All right, it's back to me.
Yep, Roma Dunze's off the board. CJ Stroud's off the board. Kyle Pitts, DK Metcalf. I was gonna say DJ Metcalf. And now it's
DK
Jared.
Metcalf.
I was gonna say DJ.
yeah, I got you.
Ooh, where do I want to go with this?
Uh,
This is tough.
yeah, this is tough.
I mean, for me, I think I at this point I do need another wide receiver just to kind of round out my team here. I'm kind of leaning between two. Like, it sucks because I'm leaning between three names, and they're all right around each other. There's been a lot of talk about this in the camp where Michael Wilson maybe surpasses Marvin Harrison, Jacoby Myers in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, and Mekhi Lemon, I think, being that rookie sensation that everybody's looking at. I think it wouldn't be me if I didn't take this kid because I've done this for the last 2 years. But I'm going to rest my faith in the rookie and Mekhi Lemon. I took Marvin Harrison Jr. I took Tet last year. I even Ibuka last year. And I think that's why I'm going with Mekhi Lemon.
I like that.
And for this one, same thought process.
Pairing.
I was thinking about pairing, but I don't want to. I think for the sanctity of this mock draft, I'm not going to try to stack too many teams. But just how things have been panning out in the first 4 days of training camp, I'm back on the train, gentlemen. I'm back on the train. Michael Wilson, let's go.
Yeah. So
Jordan
thankfully
Tyson's gone. Dalton
ahead.
Kincaid, Courtland Sutton. Go ahead.
Sorry. Thankfully, the guy who I wanted actually ended up sliding to me here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab Kyler Murray right at the top to get that super stack. To be honest, I really thought he was going to go, so I was already planning ahead of like who else I could grab. I do like the stack of Kyler Murray. I believe in him as an upside QB1 this year. So, yeah, I'm not even going to overthink it. Going to grab my second QB for the Superflex League, and, yeah, very comfortable with the stack of Drake May and Kyler Murray.
Jacoby Myers is now off the board. Brian Thomas Jr., Chuba Hubbard, Sam Laporta, and back to Cutie.
Yep, and this is going to be kind of the theme of my wide receiver room. You know what I mean? We're going to be going all upside here, hoping that we get somebody who can hit pay dirt this year, and it's going to be somebody that has been kind of a failure, since his time in the league. But it's an offense that has some things to get figured out. They have some, a new QB in the room, and maybe another QB that's also in there as well. They did get Jacoby Brissett to re-sign. I know Nolan just took Michael Wilson. I'm just going to go ahead and grab Marvin Harrison, who I still believe is the most talented receiver on that team, and just hope that wide receiver one stuff kind of swings around for him.
He has his sparks that showed for me in those years. So
exactly. Talent-wise, he's still that guy. It just feels like he needs to, I don't know, maybe now with Jacoby, a full year of Jacoby, he'll be a little bit better. So Marvin Harrison here in the 9th round.
Dang.
So we got Ramondre Stevenson, Blake Corum, and Tony Pollard going back to back there. Damn, Blake Corum falling or not getting taken was rough.
Yeah. Dang, this is gonna be an interesting one. You know what? I think live and die by it. Just the way it's going, I do want to take the upside. I want to take things that are available. I want to make sure that I'm putting myself in the best position. And as someone who's a very avid waiver wire player, I think I'll be able to finagle something down the road for a running back. I'm gonna take Ricky Pearsall here. I think that this is his.
Damn.
I think this
Great
is his
pick.
opportunity. I'm believing in him. So Ricky, don't let down.
1, 2, tight end, quarterback.
Rico Dowdle's now off. Parker Washington, and now back to Jared.
Okay. This is where I know you guys love me so much because I'm going to shake it up even more. I think because I'm taking kind of a home run swing on Tyler Shuck here. For me, this guy was phenomenal for me last year. I think I have to go with an old reliable just in case the bust does happen. And you already know I'm going Matthew Stafford.
That's a great
I
pick.
thought that was going to be
I'm already going Matthew
maybe
Stafford.
Nolan's third. I don't know.
I thought Nolan was going to go there too.
I was gonna
thought he
look to
might.
see if he drops to me in this next round, actually, but I wasn't holding. I wasn't holding my breath on it.
Yeah. I mean,
Alec
I
Pierce
That was
is
the
off
same with me
board.
with Kyler Murray on the other round.
yeah.
Like I was like, if he falls, he falls.
and he did. Alec Pierce, Bryce Young, Dallas Goedert, and Aronde Gadsden are now off the board. Jared's up again.
As I look through, I think I do need another wide receiver. Chris Godwin, injury like comes and goes, right? Jordan Addison has his issues, I guess is the best way to put it. My next person, he's in a new home. He's got Cam Ward there. I think I'm going to reach here and go for Wan'Dale Robinson. He had a great year with the Giants. I think he's a great solid hands
Good
for
snag,
them.
Good snag.
I think he's a good person for me to go and get in this round.
I like that.
I like that player too.
Okay.
So we got Hunter Henry and then J.K. Dobbins going after Wan'Dale Robinson. Now back to Nolan.
Taylor Swift's still on the board, by the way.
Great. That's great. Good thing Jalen's not here.
It's a marriage buff.
Hey,
Nolan.
You're right. Yeah, this is a funky one.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm already sticking to my guns. I think this. I can stretch
Ty
one more.
Simpson. No, I'm
Nope.
just joking.
Oh God.
Diego
I'm actually very
Paiva.
surprised he's up that high. No, I'm actually, in the same vein. Keanu was talking about Kyler Murray and how this Vikings thing is going to look out. I'm taking Jordan Addison.
Nice.
Chris Godwin's now off the board, as well as Juwan Johnson, Kenyon Sadiq, and now it's Keone.
Some interesting picks. Yeah, Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza being pretty high in the sleeper one is pretty crazy.
I don't know if it's just maybe it's because it's the 2 QB settings
Maybe.
and everything
maybe.
gets like boosted.
Yeah, I was like, this definitely seems very on brand for like sort of a Superflex rank kind of deal. Yeah, because I've kind of cooled on sort of my hot, not, I guess it wasn't a super hot take, cooled on my take from sort of this summer where I was super, super high on Kenny Gainwell. Just because I do still like the upside of Bucky Irving. I'm actually going to go with the other player that I like to take in this range as far as a handcuff running back. I know still rocking with the Carnell Tate, Marvin Harrisons of the world. But we're just going to, we're going to take some upside swings in the later rounds and hope that we can find somebody, some kind of diamond in the rough there for the wide receiver room because I'm pretty much fully committed to the strong RB room. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Brian Robinson here as sort of a handcuff running back for me.
Like it a lot.
Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, Kenneth Gainwell, Stephon Diggs are now off the board, and it's Keone's up again.
Yeah, and this is kind of where I'm in I've already put myself in this hole, I guess, by grabbing all of the running backs. I don't hate this strategy at all. This is honestly typically a strategy that I would do in my own fantasy drafts anyway. Yeah, I like to grab a lot of running backs. Last year that didn't work out for me because of one trade, but one trade screwed up 2 picks, and then somebody not returning a football in a kickoff situation ended up screwing a 3rd pick. But all that to say that I'm okay having this very, very strong running back room. So with this 3rd wide receiver pick, which I am going to grab a wide receiver here, I do want to go upside. I do want somebody that I feel like can eventually take a sort of wide receiver 1 spot, and it's going to be somebody I'm going to have to reach on, but I'm going to go ahead and grab Casey Concepcion here from the Cleveland Browns.
Great pick.
It's funny because I really liked that pick when Nolan made it the other draft that we did, and when I kind of thought about it, I was like, damn, yeah, he's going to have to go pretty early. So after me, I had Jake Ferguson, Quentin Johnston, and then Dalton Schultz. So moving over to Nolan, who do you got here in the 11th round?
Taking my swings now.
We're all taking
definitely
swings.
Going for that running back, pure upside. A lot of words on a lot of reports coming out about how he's been looking, how he's going to be used. So it is going to be the Seahawks' Jadarian Price.
Ooh,
Great pick.
Wow. He was down here. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was low.
After me, it was George Kittle, Brenton Strange, and now it's back to Jared.
I really don't know where I want to go right now, guys. But I think because I already have two like good workhorse running backs. Honestly I think I need another running back in this regard. Um, and I think this guy is it's gonna be like a 60-40, 50-50 split with him, or if not, he's gonna just take it because of the way that the running back that he's fighting with goes with. I'm gonna go with Tyrone Tracy because I don't know what Scatterboo's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna get hurt again. He's gonna be on that
backflips one more time.
if he does something dumb, like how we talk about the way he runs the ball, I think Tyrone Tracy's been that guy that's been steady for them. Even with Jackson Dart back, it just balances the game for them. Where Tyrone Tracy can be that guy that just kind of steps in for you and takes over that role to be not just sure-handed, but like available as far as injuries go. So I'm gonna take Tyrone Tracy.
Love that. Yeah.
After that, it was Aaron Jones, Michael Pittman, Tyler Algier, Romeo Dobbs, and now it's Jared.
Dang. My guy went. I should have taken him first. And this is where it'll get super interesting because now the board gets very thin.
Who were you going to grab? I was just curious.
Michael Pittman.
I had a feeling. It was like
Michael Pittman. I need another receiver, but I was like, I just wanted to make sure I got the guy that I knew was going to be that third running back for me and be like, in the weeks that I have the other two out, you know? I mean, Wandell, I think, is going to do
sometimes
well.
you put yourself in a hole, so you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Wandell, Mackay, and CeeDee Lamb, not bad three receivers. I got to go get that third running back first, and that's why I took the chance. Didn't work out in my.
That was a good swing.
Didn't work in my regard, but man, who do I want is the question. Because all these names are like, throw it in.
We are getting close to your strategy time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your typical strategy time.
Yeah.
Which, in case those at home don't really know, Jared does typically during our draft like to go sort of the route of having a full starting lineup. So
yes,
5 seconds.
I'm gonna go with my Old Faithful.
Niners.
Old Faithful.
Yeah. After that was Jaden Reed, Isaiah Likely, and now we're back to Nolan.
Yeah, I mean, in the real life draft last year, just because it was my first Superflex, I didn't take 2 QBs. I think I am gonna, or didn't take 3. I think I'm gonna play with the third QB for this mock draft. He just got cleared to be at training camp fully. I'm going Daniel Jones.
I thought you were going to say Ty Simpson.
Oh, wow.
You never know. You know what I mean? It's funny. I was kind of thinking the exact same way that you were just thinking. Definitely the round where I do want to go ahead and try to grab my third QB. There are 2 that I'm mulling at this point. There's one that I had very high on sort of my upside list. And then there's another one that is, making waves on the team. That he's currently on as far as taking over that starting spot from somebody else who was already there. So the 2 players I'm talking about obviously are Malik Willis and Tua Tagovailoa, 2 guys that I'm really interested in grabbing in sort of this later round for a super mock draft. Hopefully they don't have to be my QB2s. So thankfully in this draft I did work it out where they are going to be my QB3 and somebody that I can have on the bench just in case. Geez, going back and forth between the 2 of them. There is always a rule that I kind of like to roll with when it comes to QBs, and that is that rushing upside is always going to be better than normal random throwing upside. And even though I believe that Tua Tagovailoa can be better than Malik Willis, even though I think he can be better than Malik Willis as far as like on-field production and that sort of stuff, I just think that the upside of a QB who can run is pretty damn high. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Malik Willis as my third QB here in the 12th round.
Why not Captain Kirk?
Yeah. Ew.
Kirk Heinrich, duh.
Khalil Shakir,
that one I would.
Ward, Woody Marks, Omar Cooper, and then Zach Charbonnet. Back to Keone.
So we're here sort of getting close to the end where we're going to undoubtedly have to choose, sort of our defensive kicker for the last 2 picks here. And as I'm getting to that point, I do, like I said, like I mentioned in my last draft strategy. I just like to have the double ups in case I can't find somebody in the free agency pool and I can't figure out that whole situation. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the tight end position, look through some of the most available players. And actually now as I'm kind of looking at it,
there's nobody.
There's a couple that I do want. So I'm actually not going to go that route, and I'm going to go the opposite route and sort of grab more depth pieces for me from a wide receiver standpoint. I see Jaden Higgins is here, but I don't really believe in that offense. Jalen Coker is available. Josh Downs is available. I know Nolan likes to talk up that guy a lot. So, and with the news that your boy is no longer injured, that actually might be the route that I go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Josh Downs here with the 13th round pick for me.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. Yeah. So after me had Xavier Worthy, Jalen Coker, and Jordan Mason. Now back to Nolan.
La-di-da-di-da. Yeah, this is one of those situations. I was hard set going to be like, I might just take another running back here, but I think I do want to add some depth just in the off chance. I know I said I wasn't going to be stacking teams more if I didn't have to, but
you don't have
AJ
to.
Barner's sitting right there.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to take him in the event that maybe Tucker Kraft doesn't start week 1 or there is any sort of like snap counts. I'm going to go AJ Barner. Yeah.
I like that pick.
Oh, sorry. Jaden Higgins is now off the board. Emmett Johnson, and now it's Jared.
Since I kind of failed at the last one, I don't want to let him go any further. New quarterback. Yes, there's a lot of offense there, but I think this guy has kind of proved that he can be very viable for a team, whether it's on this team or the team he got traded to last year. I'm going to take Adonai Mitchell.
Oh, I was like, I put my hand back down. I was like, who? Tyreek Hill. Wow.
Yeah.
Team 12 is taking some swings.
For real, though. Team 12 was on the struggle, but say that Jared Benson sitting behind Jeremiah
Trey
Love.
Benson, the fourth
TJ
running
Hawkinson,
back.
Trey Benson, Tyreek Hill, and Tajay Spears are now off the board.
And this is where I am going to round out my team because we talk about how much we do not believe in this offense. And I am going to go get the kicker who just is money. And I'm going to go get Kaimi Fairbairn.
Oh. Okay, I dig it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to take the... If they're not going to score, he's going to kick it.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good call. Then we got Jonah Coleman, Travis Hunter, and now it's over to Nolan with what is, presumably your last pick from a player standpoint.
Yeah, I'm going to take a running back this one. Just for the sake of this draft, I was looking at Rachaad White. I took him last mock draft. I'm not going to take him this time, but I am going to take someone that, Jonathan Brooks has been sold upon me from what Keone has kind of played up a lot. Stay tuned for our draft weekend video. But yeah, I'm gonna go for that upside swing in the 14th round.
Yep, I like that. I like
Rachaad
that
White was taking right after me too.
Yeah, it's funny. I looked and I was like, dang, Rachaad White is down here. So the sleeper rankings are pretty crazy.
Wonky.
It's like a little bit diversified from the other ones. Yeah, I know I said that I was going to go with the tight end here. I thought about doing the back-to-back, having a backup tight end here. But to be honest, there's a player here that I just want to give some love to. So I'm just going to throw this name out there, even though this probably would be where I'd grab my second tight end, just so that I have one on my roster. But somebody that I'm looking at, probably going to be very, very, very deep cut kind of player, somebody that I also really, really like. I know I just talked about the upside of what Tua Tagovailoa can bring to an offense. This guy is presumably going to be, wide receiver 2 in that offense, and that's an offense that I kind of feel pretty comfortable, going after, and that's going to be Zachariah Branch here with my 14th and final pick before we start selecting defenses and kickers here.
Unless you're Jared.
And you're already done with those.
Yeah, it was like Jerry gets to pick whatever he likes at this point,
Braylon Allen, Deebo Samuel, Las Vegas Raiders, and New England Patriots are now off the board.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I chose them last time, so I mean, I was gonna pick. Wait, where did the Oh, never mind. They're right there. Never mind. I was going to say, I was like, I did pick the Houston Texans last time, so I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the Denver Broncos as my defense during this round. So
Giants, Bucks, Commanders.
there we go.
Yep.
That's who went.
Giants,
The
Bucks, Commanders.
Giants, the Bucks, and the Commanders.
You know I had to do it. They're there. They're waiting for me. Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Let's go.
Why?
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah,
Why?
brother.
Tell us why.
You know why?
Because they suck. No, just kidding.
Damn.
No, at this point, like you guys said, I kind of pick wherever I want to go. This offense has never had a true number one or a true number two or a true number three wide receiver. And so I'm going to go with Matthew Golden.
Ooh, I like Matthew Golden
Yeah.
a lot. So
Good
that's a
take.
great pick.
Okay, Los Angeles Chargers, Green Bay Packers. I don't know that name, and I don't know the second name either. So, Jared, back to you.
Yeah, those are fake
don't want
names.
Que-
I don't know why
you
a
don't want
sleeper has the
Quebec
weird
Norden?
kicker thing. Yeah,
No, I
these
don't know
are
who he
not
is.
real players. Yeah.
For me, I think because this team has kind of been on that weird upside downside. I think more downside than anything else, and there's been a lot of talk about it. And with his so-called Knuckles leaving, I think I'm gonna go with Isaiah Pacheco to step into that little role and produce. I need another running back in that regard too. So
Yeah.
it's
I like
somebody
that
that
pick.
you can kind of like not expect to do all the work, but he's gonna get touches and get some kind of production done for you.
See, those are actual people. We got
Yeah,
Borealis
those are
and then
Borealis
York,
and York.
taking
Yeah.
off
But
in
apparently,
the next two
Borealis
picks.
is not assigned to a team. What?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, actually,
I don't know if that's real life or not, but
might be.
Well, it says he got cut loose by Tampa. Wait, this is like wait.
Oh,
Did
oh
he?
yeah, no, yeah, that was kind of early. No,
No, yeah, no, that was a while ago. It says, I think.
I don't know. There's a lot of kickers who got cut and then signed in different places last year. So I
Mhm.
honestly couldn't even,
it's just
except
a
for like the
carousel.
mainstays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Who you
Yeah,
taking?
I'm not
Mahomes was
gonna-
the first kicker. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
overthink it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink it. Going with. Are we? I mean, ideally, if this is just going based off the 0.1 for yard thing, still right
Mhm.
in my head, just for the sake of the draft, right?
Yeah.
in our
Chris-
normal,
In our
our
normal-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. If this was our normal league, I'm going with Chris Boswell.
Great pick.
Hmm.
It's a great pick. Well, I guess since nobody grabbed him, I'm just going to go ahead
Yep.
and grab Brandon
Yep.
Aubrey here,
Yeah.
just because
Yep.
he's still there.
If
so.
it wasn't Fairburn, it was going to be Aubrey for me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Those are the two
Yeah.
kickers. me
Those
and
are my
Cody
two
took,
kickers.
Fairbairn and Aubrey last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Unironically, I wasn't going to grab him, but I was going to grab Boswell, and then you grabbed him. So I thought you were going to
Dude,
grab
Boswell-
Aubrey. so
Boswell
I was
worked
gonna
out
I
grab
didn't
great
want
for
to
me.
cop.
He worked out for me
last.
last year.
Yeah.
Boswell worked out great.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was going to think through it a little bit more, but I mean, these are kickers. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, I only
if
went
you're
with
in a league
Fairburn.
like ours where you have the 0.1 thing,
Yeah.
then, you know what I mean? So it makes a big difference. But for this kind of super flex overview I feel like it's whatevs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
really
I
have
mean,
to
I
worry
only
about
went
this.
Fairburn because I had David Montgomery who's going to run the ball into like his own. They're probably not going to convert, and he's going to get kicked. CD Lamb's probably going to score touchdowns with George Pickens, so Aubrey's only going
All
to
right.
make a single.
Before we bounce out of this, we're not going to bounce out of this just yet. We're still going to talk about this, analyze the draft, how it went for us, and all this sort of stuff. So let's start with Boog. Boog, let's go through your team. Let us know sort of like what happened, where you might have made a different pick, that sort of stuff. We'll just kind of walk through your draft for you as we go through here.
I mean, for me, I would say I think everything we kind of talked about as we went through it. I was going to take Christian McCaffrey. I got CeeDee Lamb at a great pick. Bo Nix. My two tight end picks were just because, they were great point productions for both their teams. And I think that was probably the steal, too, in the place that I got them.
I will say, too, as somebody who has had to have, I think maybe twice in the time that we've played together, had to like roster and then play two tight ends because I just happen to have two strong tight ends.
Yep.
It's not a bad way to go. Like, tight ends are basically wide receiver twos at this point for most teams, you know what I mean? So, production-wise, it's still very high. So, if it's a choice between, like, the wide receiver or the tight end one, and like I don't know, like I don't want to give shade to anybody, but who's Darius Slayton? Like I'm gonna pick, you know what I mean?
You're gonna take your tight end one.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab Tyler Warren. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, for me, I think this is the first part where I might have taken somebody different, but because we talk so much about Chuck and how his great growth is, with the new offense.
Oh no! If you didn't grab him there, I was grabbing him.
But
there,
if the new offense was where it is, I really liked Cam Ward and where he could possibly be there. So I might have swapped that and maybe taken Cam Ward there. I think Chuck is just a little bit more established in the things that he did last season and what he showed that he can be. Now it's just about the consistency. But he's got a year, like half a year under his belt, and with a comfortable receiver in Olave and things like that. So I think for me that's why I was okay with it. Maybe like I talked about earlier, instead of taking Tracy there, maybe I take Pittman there, and then on the wraparound I get Tracy. I think that might have been the smarter because Pittman was the higher available, and you know how these drafts kind of work, or most drafts work, where people are reaching by this point and they're like, hey, I'm just gonna take best available. So I think I should have took Pittman there, and then Tracy.
You might have honestly ended up with Tracy on the round.
I probably would have ended up with, and that's the hard part for me, and that's why I said I was kind of stupid in that regard. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. Then it would have pushed my Niners defense down, which would have given me a little bit more time to either pick a defense, maybe take a kicker there, like you talked about, rounding out my offense. I think Adonai Mitchell, where I got him because of just him and Garrett Wilson, basically with a Geno Smith, whoever kind of like gets more comfortable with the quarterback in that regard and more situated into the offense. Garrett Wilson's established, Adonai Mitchell's kind of coming in as that second guy, and maybe he gets a little bit more freedom to be open. That's why I wasn't too bad with that pick. And then Matthew Golden was just, I mean, any of the Green Bay receivers, we always talk about staying away with for them, but I did need another receiver in this regard. And you never know what week there could possibly go off. Who knows? Maybe he becomes one or two and he becomes a reliable target for Jordan Love. And then getting Pacheco.
I think, I love that. I love that take about Golden because I do feel like he's the guy that's like, you trade away Dobbs, you trade away, you know what I mean? What is his name they sent to Philly?
Watson. No, not Watson.
Dontavian
Wicks.
Yeah. You trade away those two guys because you feel comfortable with the room that you have. Now I feel like he usurps Jaden Reed in that offense. Like to me, that was a great pick. I like that pick for you there.
And then for me, because I had the freedom to pick Isaiah Pacheco at my last pick. I mean, as your last pick to be in a two-headed offense, knowing that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be that guy, but still he's going to need breaks. He's going to need somebody to come in and fill. And we've seen what Pacheco can do. And he doesn't need to be that workhorse batter, that number one back there. So he'll have a lot more legs to him and a lot more freedom to him in that regard as well. So.
Yeah, agree wholeheartedly. Nolan, let's move over to you. Talk about your team here that you picked.
I was looking through, just seeing who was taken after and who was taken before. I really think I just made the best choices in the slot that I was in for picks.
So smart.
Look at the best choices.
Yeah, look at me.
No, I mean, the only other difference I would have possibly made is maybe not taking the QB in the second round and maybe going for HN just to have the kind of pairing of the number one running back for most likely the offense hog for that team, and then with Puka.
But I love the upside of Caleb Williams.
And
rushing quarterbacks, man.
Yeah. And like looking through my team, like in reality, I think I took a lot of great deep swings because on paper, technically the only ones that aren't the first read options for their offense are Jordan Addison and Jonathan Brooks. And Jonathan Brooks has the potential to finish the season as the number one running back on their team. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this team more than the last team I did with the last mock draft, but I'm actually very happy and content with what I got. Like, of course,
I definitely think you did better from that spot than I did from 6 on the last one. That's for sure.
You say that, and then you go into the actual season, you just get punched in the mouth. But here we are.
I mean, this is a super flex, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is a little bit different.
The quarterbacks filled the gaps of like the spots where I ended up kind of getting screwed.
The only thing I do see as potentially being like a hampering is maybe the Michael Wilson pick doesn't pan out. Maybe Ricky Pearsall isn't, the pseudo one option, and it does just transpire to
the wide receiver
Mike Evans
is a little bit weaker.
Yeah. I think I'm very top heavy there. I still think Ladd McConkey's gonna earn a lot of targets. And And then it is also just kind of like, what if he gets that contract hangover with Breece Hall? But I do, considering what he was able to do last year on an abysmal team, this year maybe slightly less abysmal. I think, and they didn't make too many changes in the running back room, so I think that this is still his show to run.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. I was like, I think like I said, you definitely did better than I did in the other one. I would kind of agree with the point of like, in case that those wide receivers don't pan out, I mean, hopefully the rest of the team can kind of pick it up for you. But at least you got Puka Nacua, so you really don't got to worry about the other wide receivers. I was like, that guy can score as much as two guys. So,
and then he'll bite you.
And you got Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
Jeez, that bite mark. You see that picture? Anyway,
that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, that's not what we're here to talk about. Anyway, yeah, so, I mean, to start off the rip, I mean, landing a QB1 who I was comfortable with, kind of waiting on the QB position was really, really nice. So getting Drake May at the early round of the draft really helped kind of solidify that I was going to be heading for skill positions for the next couple of rounds. Obviously, the running backs that falling to me was a big help. So that was kind of a way for me to pivot that direction. That is, again, somewhere that I would probably go in my actual draft, is going heavy on the running backs because, again, like I say all the time, feel more comfortable grabbing wide receivers within like the 5 to 10 rounds than I do grabbing running backs in the 5 to 10 rounds because, goodness, the depth of running backs falls off.
Grab all the running backs, Nolan. Grab all the running backs.
Joke's on you. I got the back-to-back at the 12 spot. So,
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so like I think that helped my strategy right off the rip, having the ability to grab, 3 very strong running backs to start off the draft. I was going to go with a wide receiver, so in a way it kind of worked out that I didn't get the Ted Arroyos and the A.J. Browns. It would have made me feel better about my wide receiver room, but considering that this is sort of a super flex draft with 2 flex spots, I felt comfortable with the fact that I was going to have 4 strong running backs leading my scoring alongside the 2 quarterbacks that I feel like have QB1 upside this year. And then, of course, the tight end and Colston Loveland, who's going to kind of, balance it out even more so there. So my wide receiver room, I was willing to wait. I was willing to sort of take swings on guys who, I mean, for one of them has to rehab his sort of value. And then the other one is undoubtedly going to be the wide receiver 1 on his own team, an offense that we are buying pretty high on this year, and someone that we feel like can be a lot strong or be very strong as a fantasy asset this year. I will say, super random, but looking at the pictures, it's kind of disrespectful that Malik Willis looks like he's wearing a Tennessee Titans jersey, because I'm like, he was on the Packers last year, you know what I mean? So I'm like, the fact that they still have him in his Titans jersey is disrespectful. But
what are we doing?
Anyway, yeah. So having the 4 strong running backs to hold down my scoring felt okay with me. And then the rest, I don't really have to start. It can kind of just be whoever ends up popping out the most out of my wide receivers to put him in those first 2 wide receiver spots. A lot of upside swings, obviously. Casey Concepcion as a wide receiver 1 with Cleveland. That'll be something to kind of see and how that plays out throughout training camp. Marvin Harrison, we already talked about. Carnell Tate, we already talked about. And then Downs and Branch, I was okay with kind of the upsides of those guys there. So, yeah, I was actually very happy with this draft spot and the team that I ended up with. And clearly, one of the big things I noted from this one compared to the other one was, like, I got a lot more of Nolan going like, oh. Whereas in the other one, he was kind of just like, "Oh yeah, sick pick." Like,
cool. I wasn't gonna get him, so
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I didn't want him anyway.
But anyway, before we kind of move off this podcast, 2 teams that we feel like sort of sneakily won this draft, or might be kind of sleeper teams for you guys out here
through this whole thing.
I think Team 11.
Team 11. I kind of like Team 5.
Yeah, Team 5. They are just like, I don't want to say 0 RB. It's like,
well, one of you guys talk through it because we're on a podcast, boys. So
yeah. How about Team 13? No. Go ahead, Nolan.
I do like Team 5. I just think the only thing I didn't like is it didn't feel balanced. It feels like a little. Like there's a lot of hoping and wishing for the running back room down the line. Like Blake Corum, we know he's going to get some solid touches this year, but then you're kind of going down to Bill, who isn't even considered the first running back on their team, and then Alvin Kamara. if he had stronger running backs prior to that, I would be like, that's a great pick. That's a great safe pick. But yeah, I think that's the only thing. Other than that, like, yeah, they're stacked with the wide receivers. They got
Wide receiver, they
quarterbacks.
good quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Terry McLaurin there. Kincaid is kind of a wash. Johnson's a wash. Like, and you got Johnston, and then Coker. Coker kind of fits into that offense in the sense of like he was there last year. He's a little bit established in their offense there. So I really like him being there in Carolina as well.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Tampa Bay's running back as well. But yeah, I mean, like you said, defense. Sorry, but I mean, like you said, the running back room was the past Jahmyr Gibbs. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Like it's a little raw there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys kind of agreed sort of on the same two teams? Or?
No, I was
he
team
likes
11.
11.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Is there another team I really, in comparison to last year?
It's funny because I think from the teams that I'm seeing right here, the one that I would probably point to
maybe
as
team
being
two.
Kyron, Luther.
See, it's funny. I was looking at them. I didn't really like the wide receiver room.
Nine.
Yeah, it's funny because that was the
9,
team
yeah.
that I was going to say.
That's
I was going to say
I was
9.
going to say 9 is probably my number
9 is
2.
nasty
It's
too.
kind of
Okay.
because it's like
Buka, Olave, and Jefferson is
The
a
fact
really
they got
nice
Brendan
receiving
Strange is
room.
their second tight end.
No,
Yeah,
Buka,
exactly.
Olave, Jefferson, and then you have Williams as well, kind of like that deep threat for them.
Yeah.
Brown and Warren.
Yeah.
And
then
they went
you
for the
got
lucky
quarterback
upsides.
Joe Burrow and Sam Darnold.
I think that's like the best way to grab like a Jameson Williams because if you have like 3 strong starting wide receivers and then you can kind of just have Williams as a flex that like one day might pop, one day might suck. You know what I mean? That's okay with me. Plus, I like the fact that Chase Brown and Jalen Warren are like a good tandem of like. Plus, you have the stack, right? Because Chase Brown is a receiving back, so you have the Joe Burrow stack. So, yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be the team that I was gonna point out.
I also like Hunter
really
Henry and Brendan Strange as their tight ends. I think they're reliable tight ends in that regard. Will get you a good steady amount of points. So
let's go, Eli Raridan. No, I'm just joking. He's not going to take over yet.
The kicker's not signed to anybody. That's the only problem.
That was a good little mock draft for us. I think we did solid. I was like all of us had some pretty solid grades throughout that one. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the half PPR Superflex mock drafts. The trip is getting closer and closer, boys. We might have enough time to do another one of these before the trip. You know what I mean? Because we do have another week separating us before the trip. So maybe we'll come back and do the exact same half PPR Superflex next week.
Let us know who you think won the draft.
Actually, it's funny because I was going to pose that, but
I would like to know.
It'd be interesting to see.
I think we all got some really good
picks.
picks. You know?
Yeah, I was like, I liked the draft in general. So,
yeah.
Boys, before we bounce on out of this one, any other advice or things you want to say to the people at home?
If you ain't practicing but some mock drafts right now, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not practicing, bro.
It shows.
What are you doing?
All I'm gonna say is, you're not me, so don't draft like me because I'm a half like thinker.
Jared said he's him.
No, I'm a half
You
thinker.
are a gambler.
Yeah, I'm a half thinker,
That's
a
the
half
best way.
gambler. Like I like to take chances, but I also like to play it by feel and what I'm feeling at the time. So just letting you guys know, like,
and I'll say this: if you like a
wrong.
player, don't tell Jared that player.
Do you like a player? Tell everybody and your mom.
I really like.
I swear,
Anthony
all last
Richardson,
year, I was
Jared.
like, bro,
Ibuka.
Emeka
Ibuka.
Ibuka. I was like, Emeka Ibuka, and then I was like, RJ Harvey, bro, and then both of those guys got taken by Jared. So don't tell Jared.
Hey, well, I
who you
took
like.
Chet before I took him. Come on, man.
Yeah. And it's funny because the petty thing that you said makes a lot of sense as to why some of the picks were made last year. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode of The Fifth Down. It has been a pleasure. It's been a joy from all of us here at Poi and Soy.
Good vibes and love, everybody.
Bang, bang. Woo, it's been a minute since I heard that.